वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय जय कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम
ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ കുട്ടിയാ ഇതിനൊന്നും നോക്കിയേ
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
ശരീരനടത്തല അത് പഠിക്കണത്
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari Radhe Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman Jaya Bala Gopal Jaya Bala Gopal Bala Gopal Jaya Bala Gopal Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada Srila Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna. Right. Start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatam Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Natyam Bhagavate Sevaya भगवद्गीता श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमामो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमामो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दैत्याय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाढ भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत द्वांतहारिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलंभार साबोधे पादांबुजायते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौर विभ्रव भूमि स्वं निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रिया वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेमा प्रधायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतश्री नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपा स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यां नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधिका कांता नमोस्तुते जयतां सुरतपं घोर मम मंढ मति गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजौ मात् राधा मदन मोहन दव्यात् वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमता श्रीमत् रत्नाकर सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमत् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो पृष्ठालिपिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान रसरसाम्बी वंशीवत तत्स्थिता कर्षण वेणुस्वनार गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तुने तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hey, बोल Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think the
Yes.
declaration.
Not a single kid. Only elders. We have to do something about this now. Cannot go on endlessly. They're simply not serious. Except one girl, Krishna is okay, but she has not come today. Other kids are stop coming. Lakshmi, Durga, Maya. Nobody is coming now. Okay, right. Okay, start.
Verse 30, chapter 2, verse 30. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhirastatrana muhyati. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhirastatrana muhyati. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा ततद्देहान्तरप्राप्तिर् धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Right. Okay. Renuga Mataji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय देहिनोऽस्मिन् यदा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तदा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Right.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Swagata.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can recite the verse. Dehinosmin yadha dehe a perennial problem with the network. Every day it's like this. Okay. Rasmanjali Mataji, you can read. You have to unmute. Yes. Now you can read.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tada dehandara praptadir dhirastadatra muhyadi. Tettinda Prabhu?
No. Yeah.
Ah.
Purple. Yes, Anu, can read the translation.
Translation. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Verse 14. Matra sparshasva kaunteya sitoshna sukha agama paino natyastam stitikshasva bharata. Matra sparshasva kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkada agama paino natyastam stitikshasva bharata. Matra sparshasva kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkada Agama paino natyastam titikshasva bharata. Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna. Right. Read Kamalaji.
Matra sparshastu kaunteya Chitoshna sukha dukkada Agama paino nitya Tam stitikshasva bharata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Swagata.
Yes, Prabhu. Matrastarshastu kaunita ditaya shitoshna sukha dukkhadah agama nitya.
It's better now. Agama paino anityas. Agama paino anityas.
Agama payuno nitya tam stiti kashava bharata.
Tam tidikshasva bharata. Tidikshasva bharata.
Stiti kashava bharata.
Shaswa Bharat.
Right. Rasmanjali Mataji.
Matra svarchastu gaundeya shidoshnastu gadukkadaha agama paino nitya sadam siddhikshasva bharata.
Okay. Right. Can
Translation. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance is due foods are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O son of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Verse 15. Yam hina vyatayante te purusham purusharshubha samadukha sukham dhiram somrittatvaya kalpate. Yam hina vyatayante te purusham purusharshubha samadukha sukham dhiram somrittatvaya kalpate. Yam hina vyatayante te purusham purusharshubha samadukha sukham dhiram somrittatvaya kalpate. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Right. Read Kamaji.
No, I haven't read this verse. I thought only 13 and 14.
You're not practiced 15.
No,
Okay, she'll help you. I can help you, no problem.
Yamhina vyatayanti ete purusham sabha samadukka sukam dhiram vaya kalpate. Somritvaya kalpate. Hare Krishna, is it
Somritvaya
okay?
kalpate.
Once again, please. Please.
Somritvaya kalpate.
Somritvaya kalpate. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Right. Right. Okay. Swagata.
प्रभु यम हीना भायथान यम हीना भायथायनात्य
Vyathayantyede.
Yamshina.
यथे
Yam.
यथे
Yamshina.
Purusham. Purusharshava.
शासभा ओम दुःखा शोकम भजन स्वार्थाध्याय कल्पते.
Okay. Asmajiri Maji.
Yamhina vyada yandede purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somritvaya kalpade.
Right.
Hare Krishna. Translation. O best among men, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. In verse 13. Okay, so before that, Arjuna was there in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He was, and he was in the decision like he will not be doing the, he will not participate in the war. He was trying to quit actually. So he was actually overwhelmed with the affection and the compassion towards all his relatives. So he had to fight with Bhishma, Drona, who are like his teacher and superior. So he will automatically have some like hesitation to fight. And he had to fight with Duryodhana, Dushyasan, who are like his cousin brothers. So Arjuna did not like the idea that he had to fight with his relatives. So fighting with them, he did not like. So like he was ready to renounce the kingdom also. He was ready to renounce the kingdom, but he did not just want to fight for the kingdom, that too with his relatives. So he was not ready for that. So here Krishna was consoling him. Krishna was giving him the knowledge about the soul and the body, which we are discussing continuously from back from some slokas, and I'm just going to continue that. So the essential message from the right beginning itself in the Bhagavad Gita is given that the body is temporary and the soul is eternal. So, and Arjuna was lamenting on the same thing. He was lamenting just for the body. He was based on the compassion to the body, his relative's body actually, right? So, he was at the beginning itself, he did not understand the signs of the soul. He did not understand that. So, here Krishna is enlightening Arjuna by giving him the knowledge. And one more point which we have to notice, Arjuna, it's not only enlightening Arjuna, it's also Krishna through Arjuna is enlightening all of us through Arjuna, through his friend, is enlightening all of us. So, in this sloka in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Dehinosmin yata dehi, Tavmaram yavvanam jara, Tadadehantara prapti, Dhirastatra namuhyate. So, Dehinosmin yata dehi. So, Deha means, already we know, body. And Dehi means the person who is residing in that body. That is the soul, which we can say. The soul which is residing in the body. That is the meaning of Dehi. So, Mataji asked something.
It's as a crosstalk only. I don't think she's raising a question.
Okay, fine.
Background, there is some talk.
Dehinosmin yata dehi means even with one body, means also the person who is dwelling in the body passes through the body, means he is going under some transformation. Like if we take our case, we were taken birth, we took the birth from our parents, and then we were quite young, small child, right? And then that is what is the next line. Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. When a person takes birth, the body is so small, and then gradually the body is growing and it is changing from childhood to youth, youthhood, then to adulthood, and then to old age, and at last the death is happening. So this change of the body is inevitable. It can't be changed. It's inevitable. So just similarly, just like the body, the soul is also changing from one body to another. See, after the death, this soul is going into another person. It's residing in another body. It might be in the same species or in another species. This process is continuously happening. So, continuously, like as I said, from childhood till death, process is going on. Then again, that soul is going into another body. So, one person is having a fixed tenure, means fixed time, according to the past deeds of a person. Whatever he or she has done in his past life, accordingly will be the time period of a soul to be in one body. So, then the next line is Tatat Dehantara Prapti. Just like a person who is passing from childhood to youth, then old age, like that, a soul also passes from one body to another. That is, as I said before, from one species to another species, or into the same species. That is the meaning of the Dehantara Prapti. Dhira Tatra Namuhyati. So these changes of the body are inevitable, which are known to us. We can't just always be in our youth, or like always we can't be like a child continuously if you are enjoying that period of time. No, the change is going to happen and we can't just stop that. So, and here the most important thing which has been mentioned is dhira. So a dhira, a sober person or an intelligent person is not just gonna bewilder, or he is not confused by such a change. And he's not just gonna lament for that change. Like in our life, we'll be just lamenting, oh yeah, those childhood days were like quite amazing. We enjoyed those. If we could go back to that life, we would have enjoyed that. So we used to lament, and yeah, we almost when we are in a very what should I when we are in a very difficult point of life, at that time also we just do lament. Okay, so those days were that much happier. Thank God if we were all continuously in that particular point of happiness, continuously going throughout the life. But intelligent person, that is mentioned here, the dhira will never lament for such change. That is what the initial message which is given in this sloka. And now in the next sloka, that is in 14th sloka, matra sparshtastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha. So Krishna here is teaching, giving the teachings of tolerance in the sloka. So, as said earlier, this body is temporal. The soul, the body which we are having presently is a temporary body. It's a material body. So, and as said, Arjuna was overwhelmed with that. He was had a compassion to his relatives, and he was not willing to fight. He was fearing to kill. He was fearing to kill what? Their bodies, his relatives' bodies. So Krishna is enlightening him that body anyway will perish. Anyhow, a person has to die one day. And again, we know the soul, which is with that will never die. But Arjuna was having a doubt, like although the body, see, we will have a doubt, like, okay, as Krishna, even if Krishna is coming to us and saying that, okay, you just go and kill your relative, anyway, the body has to die. Actually, we are not supposed to do that. Krishna was saying that to Arjuna in that situation. It's not that we are having a license to kill anyone. So Arjuna had a doubt, like, okay, if we are, although I am attached to them, he had his teacher on his opposite side. Even we will be having a small like hesitation. Okay, see, my teacher is there. If I'm just gonna kill, I will not feel good. And my grandfather is there, my cousin brothers are there in the opposite side. No one will feel good, like, okay, I will kill. This body is temporary, no problem. Soul is eternal. He had that bond with them. So for that also Krishna is giving an explanation here. So Arjuna was in a confusion. So like Krishna is saying, see, the body is like anyway one has to die. So what to do? He was in a confusion. So Krishna says that, okay, yes, you are right, you are in a confusion. So even in our case, when someone near and dear one is affected, or if one loses his or her body, when our near and dear one, we also just are like very much depressed, we feel very bad. So here Krishna is emphasizing the tolerance, emphasizing the importance of tolerance. So Matra Sparshastra Kaunteya, Sita Ushna Sukha Dukkadaha. Sita and Ushna, that is cold and heat, and Sukha and Dukkha, happiness and distress. All these are temporary. Happiness, from our experience, we know that, right? So some days it will be like too hot. We can't just tolerate that. It will be like totally messy. And at the same time, after that summer season, we'll just, when the winter season comes, it's like, oh my God, it's better than, it would be better if we were in the summer season. Like, that much cold, we can't just tolerate it. At the same time, when happiness comes, okay, we are very much happy, we are enjoying it, we are celebrating that happiness. And when distress comes, oh, like, and you just do think like, okay, this happiness, if it would stay for the whole life, if it would have been stay, distress would not come, then it would be like, okay. But such a life is not there. Like, from our experience, we know that continuously, for some a particular period of time, temporarily happiness will be there, distress will be there. At the same time, as said, heat, cold, everything, not only this, everything is temporary in this world. So and like, when these situation changes, we are like, we are lamenting for that. So this happens, and we are trying our senses in contact with our sense object. Like, when we are attached too much to this material world. So these happiness, distress, and heat and cold sometimes means they are inevitable. So when these senses interact with these sense objects, then only this kind of problems are there now. Like, these dualities arise. So here Krishna is saying that, but an intelligent person, as mentioned in the fourth sloka, the Dhira, that intelligent person can tolerate these dualities. How is he just gonna tolerate that? So when there is too much happiness, he is not like, he's not just gonna like, okay, I'll just enjoy the maximum. Not like that. At the same time, when distress is there, he will not be like, too much distressed, disappointed, he will not be discouraged. Everything will be equally, he will be taking both the happiness, distress, heat, cold, everything, he will be taking it equally. So that is what Krishna is saying, Atma Paino Nityas. They come and go. This happiness, distress, heat, cold, everything will come and go. We are temporary in nature. Tantatikshasva Bharata. Yeah, Krishna is calling Arjuna, like, oh Bharata, and at the same time, oh Bharata, and
Kaunteya.
he's addressing him from the two sides, like Kaunteya, addressing him as Kaunteya. That is his great. From other side, he's relating him. At the same time, Bharata is relating him from his father side. Both like they are great dhiras, like they are great. Parents are from great family. The point which is to be noted, which I just didn't say. We know that he is from a Kshatriya family. So he is not supposed to, like, okay, my relatives are there, so I am not supposed, I should not just kill them. It should not happen, especially to a Kshatriya, because it is his duty to fight. So he is actually coming back from his duty. So that should not happen. You have to tolerate it, even though it's your relative. You have to tolerate that. That is what a Dhira does. An intelligent person does, because it is his duty. He's not supposed to, like, if our someone near and dear who is responsible for particularly some work which he has to do in his family. If a father or a person who is a breadwinner in a family, if he's saying, okay, from tomorrow I'm not going to work and I'm not going to do anything, what will be our situation? Like, it is his duty to do that, and if he's not doing, then nothing much to be explained. Similarly, it is the duty of Kshatriya to do that, and he has to do it. He can't just get back by saying. Actually, it is an excuse for a Kshatriya to say that, okay, it is my relatives who is just standing there opposite and I can't just do like that. It is an excuse. So you have to do your duty. Anything might happen. If that breadwinner of our family is saying, okay, today it's rainy, I won't go to go for job. How will be the situation? So it might be raining or it might be a sunny day. The duty which has to be done, it has to be done. A very good example has been given by Srila Prabhupada in the purport that according to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magha. That is, during the winter season, also a person has, according to Vedas, we have to take bath in early morning itself. So, like, we have to take bath, and now if it's like that cold, and if you are saying, okay, I'm not just gonna take bath, is that good? No. Vedic, even if it is cold, a person, a person who is following this Vedic principles has to do that. And another one more example he has given. Yeah. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the month of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. She has to do that, right? A woman has to cook, even if it is too cold or even if it is too hot, she has to cook that. An excuse can be said, okay, it's too hot, I'm not just gonna cook. So it is all duty which has to be done. So, oh Bharata, please learn to tolerate these dualities. That is what Krishna is saying. All these dualities will come and go. But these are just the temporary thing. Even if happiness is coming, just don't go and enjoy or go after that happiness. Just, okay, let it go. Okay, if success has happened, okay, if something like, okay, you didn't achieve and you are not in that good mood, just don't be that depressed. So that means just get less attached to that. So this is just a temporary phase of life. So instead of that, what is to be done? Let us fix ourselves in a spiritual knowledge and just learn to tolerate all these dualities, that person is only eligible for liberation. Otherwise, he won't be getting liberated. So, just be engaged in Krishna consciousness and just be engaged in the service of Krishna. Just don't go behind these temporary things which won't satisfy you completely. Only for temporarily it might satisfy you, but not it won't satisfy you, or it might not make you liberate. Okay. I'm going through some sadness. If I'm just continuously going that deep, you're not going to get the liberation also. And now, in verse 15, Yamhina vyatayante te purusham purushashava samadukkhasukam dhinam so mrittatvaya kalpate. So if one can see both in an equal plane, then here Krishna is saying, and one more thing, he has to create a spiritual happiness by doing what? By rendering the service to the God, by loving God, by loving all the living entities who are connected to God. Only that is an eternal happiness. By doing that, only you are just going to get that eternal happiness. So, if you are just doing such service and surrendering unto Krishna, only that can bring you the, actually that point has to be highlighted, only that can bring you the real happiness. Other happiness is temporary, as said before. This is the real happiness. Just by doing the service to Krishna, automatically 100% sure the real happiness will come with you and you will enjoy that. Other happiness, material happiness which we are enjoying it is just temporary, and it's not to be said again and again because we all know that such material happiness is just temporary. So what should I say? The spiritual happiness, that relation, everything, that happiness is eternal. So just we have to do is just cultivate the spiritual happiness, learn to cultivate the spiritual happiness by doing the services of Krishna, so that which we are just gonna learn gradually from our everyday classes, and which we have already gained from our virtual classes also. So yeah, that's all, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Nicely explained all the verses, especially the second verse you explained very detailed. Good. Thank you very much. So any devotees have any questions? If not, it's Zay. Okay, then Anuradha, you can start the Narsim Kirtan.
Namaste Narsimhaya Prahlad Ladayine Hiranyakashipurvashaha Nilatanganakalahe Hito Narsimho Padito Narsimho Yato Vitato Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narsimha Madhim Sharanam Prabhati Tava Karakamalabhare Nyakamadhuta Shangai Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanabrinda Keshavadita Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad
The Bhakti Vigna Shigari Shima Simdev Bhagwan ki.
Jai.
Bhakti Shesh Pala Maharaj ki.
Jai.
I go Premanandi. For the information of the devotees, Anuradha, she's about 16 years old only, but from very young age, her parents, both father and mother, are the devotees. The father is initial devotee. Originally, they are hailing from Bombay, but now they are settled in Trishur. So she has finished +2. +2 you have finished?
Yes,
+2 you have finished, and now she's preparing to do her psychology degree. And we wish her all the best. She's taking very nice classes. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Right. Vancha kalpadrubhyascha kripa sindhuvi eva cha
Padita.
pavani.